next thing is what really gets me a bit bothered. And I must admit, I'm a bit guilty of this. And that's the following. Has anyone found themselves saying, if I had the ability, I would do better in a certain area. I'm just lacking the ability to do that. Whether it's power, finance, skill, backing. Did we get what I just said? Yes or no? Who does not know what I'm talking about? Raise your hand if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, and if you do know what I'm talking about, look at me blankly. Good. All right. So all of you know exactly what I'm talking about. We say things like, I wish that I could do X. Just what can I do though? Because I don't have the resources, right? So on and so forth. Have you ever found yourself in a circumstance? Now this one is a hand raiser one, which means only those, warning, only if you have self-esteem, raise your hand. Ready? Here we go. Have you ever found yourself, because you have to be able to admit to your flaws, and so most of you probably will keep your hands down. How dare you accuse me? So then raise them. How dare you not accuse me? So it goes as follows. How many people have said, if I were to have X resource, fill in the blank, X, Y variable, if I were to have the time, the money, the backing, the support, the team, location, then I would. And then it happened that you ended up having those resources and you still didn't do it. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, so we see about 40% of self-esteem. That's good, right? The rest of you are just lying. Okay, now I don't mean that you've never, oh my cat's here. I don't mean that you've never actually, it could be you're like, I'm waiting for the money. Then you get it and you actually do it. You did it, right? I just don't have the manpower, the woman power. Okay, relax. 2021. It's getting even more intense as we go. I don't have the woman, I don't have the power, whatever power to be able to do such a thing. Then you get the power and you go, I got the power, and then you do it. Some of you actually do it, and that's amazing. And there's different levels. Some do it, some don't, and some sometimes do it and sometimes don't do it. Everybody get what just happened? All right, so those are the three categories. Or some don't care or think about anything ever, so therefore they don't do at all. So those are options. Let's go within the ones that get it and do it. There are people like that. There are people that are, I just need this, and then they get it and then they take care of business. I can only relate to myself. I fall into the category somewhere in the middle sometimes. So maybe I don't fall in the middle category, but at least once it happened that I was successful. The rest of them I failed mission. But it's that middle where like, if only I had this, then I would. Sometimes I then end up doing it. Many times I don't. Classic example to the yeshiva guy. If only I had more time, I would learn more. What can I do though? I'm working, I got this, I got that, I got the other. What can I do? My hands are tied. You know what I'm saying? I would do more, I'm just stuck. And then that person gets a day off of work and they could sit down and learn something. And what do? What? I'll make it, okay, good. You're like, I don't know what actively they do. What do you want me to say? They don't do that. How's that? That's what he said. And what don't they do? That. You understand? I don't understand. I thought you said if this, then that. And that, by the way, is going to be the judgment on every one of us in the next world. We are going to be our own prosecutors and our own defendants. Because we say a lot of stuff. If only then, if only then, if then, if then. The if gets fulfilled, we don't do the then. And God's not going to say, I'm going to hold you accountable. He's going to say, I'm going to show you in your own life where you actually lived up to what you said in a positive way. Good for you. Where you actually went completely against your own logic. Not as good for you. Everybody hearing it?